Ehiobu promise Etunim, Ofunum.
Okay. You are from where?
I'm from Oweke
From
in
okay.
Eka local government, Eka Northeast local government.
You are about to celebrate something on the 4th of October 2024. What is that thing you want to celebrate?
I'm celebrating my year of birth, which is 100 years.
100 years.
Yeah, I'll be 100 on 4th of October 2024.
Okay. That is a very big one, sir. Can you tell us a little of your background? Talking about your family background.
I have a loving father who had three wives before he was converted to Christianity. I was the third son of my mother, who was the second wife of my father. Unfortunately, the first and second sons died. I became the third. I won't call myself Wembasai because I'm now existing to celebrate the years. Otherwise, I was sickly. In the face of things, the first wife got a daughter and a son, which is 3 weeks senior to me. I did not start school in time because my mother wasn't his first wife. I would say, fortunately, although my father was sick, I was taken to one Christian home at Owalezo, Abraham Moko. It was from there he got well. I got a bundle of experience from that place. The man was a Christian. And in the morning, when we opened the door, woman escorted us, fill up the door. I called the man, say, come and see. I can't sweep out this without you are seeing it. He taught me a lesson. He said, "Sit does not kill the person who discharged it. Now that will he kill a person who have eye to see it." In his farm, when somebody died, it became a burial ground, all to test him in his faith. It's from there my father became a Christian. And that was year 1935. I have a junior sister who has a junior brother who has a junior brother who died in the month of May. As of my mother's children, I'm alone on that side. The senior wife, though a Christian, left here for a little with all his children. This most senior one was a reverend. The second one was a Christian. Another one, a Christian. Then the third wife has so many children, sons and daughters. Unfortunately, only one man and 3 women are alive on that side. My father had taught me a lesson. One, to be a good Christian. Two, to always be truthful. To love one another.
Okay, sir. Tell us some area you went to primary school and
Yeah,
secondary school.
yes,
You didn't attend university. Just tell us about your education
yes,
and how the whole thing went, how you started school. Because you say you did not start school on time.
yes.
So just tell us about how you started school, where your education, where you got
There
to, and
was
all your experience.
discrimination, giving preference to the first wife's children, and I didn't start school in time. It was during the eldest man at Awalero. By then we were living at Alero. Also, Europeans stay in the church instead of the zinc houses. After the Europeans have paid the visit, he left. This man was converted and he believed on education. So he made education compulsory. The community was paying. Hence I started school. Otherwise, my father did not want me to. I passed my primary school in the year 1942.
Okay, Daddy, can you tell us about your primary school? What happened the first day you started school? Your experiences in the primary school. How was education those days in primary school?
We have primary 1, primary 2, primary 3. Then you have standard 1 to standard 6. You are the subject. To standard 6. I read primary 1, primary 2, and primary 3 in 1 year because of my age and my school. My elder brother was in standard 2 when I started school at Alero. When I was in standard 4, I was appointed the general monitor.
Be looking at the phone.
Okay.
No, this one. I continue, sir.
I was the general monitor. When I opened the cupboard, I saw a note written by my father not to promote me, otherwise I will meet the other one. I took it, I showed it to my mother, and then headmaster. I passed standard 4 and went to St. John, Agbor, where I read standard 4, standard 5, standard 6. I was first in standard 6. Nobody can talk of college because my father will not. Many people, especially the dispensary at Alero, wanted to stop school. Mr. Olumu, my father refused. Until at last, I succumbed and became a teacher. In 1948, posted as Agbor. After 1 year, I was transferred to St. John. Agbor. After that, in 1953 and 54, I was admitted into Abudu Teacher Training. Abudu. 7 of us have scholarship, and I was leading. I came and become a headmaster of primary, early primary school, Owale. From there, transferred to modern school, early modern school, Agbor. From there, transferred to early modern school, Tolopo. In 1958, 59, I got admission to Grade 2 Teachers Training Government College, Ibadan, whereby the certain I was leading. Scholarship was given. I came out in 1959 and 1960. I was Grade 2. After that, to shorten it, I went to Ibadan for diploma.
University of Ibadan.
Yes. Under what I got my diploma in 1975.
1975.
Yes. Because of my performance, I got scholarship to do degree under COSU. That is Continuing Education University of Ethics. I obtained my degree in 1979. Can I continue?
I continue. Degree in what course?
Education.
Education. Okay.
I was posted to LUS Gala, LUS. Trouble arose. I was a graduate. The headmaster wasn't a graduate. Then I was posted to a grammar school under Okoye. So, one Mr. Mole was the first vice principal. Who was the second vice principal. Mr. Thomas was vice principal. And one Mazema question was also. So, vice principal 2. It was my influence that bring secondary school to Agbor. The population in a grammar school was beyond that headmaster or principal. So Okoye was a very stubborn man. He had cases, and by my influence, when it was to be terminated, I went to the woman. One friend. The school was divided into 2. Okoye became one side, and I become the population was so big. So, because I was friendly with the Minister of Benin, I influenced Obomude to become a grammar school. So, I was at the grammar school and retired on 1st of August 1984.
1st of August 1984.
Yes.
Okay, Daddy. So far, it's obvious you have been in the education system for a long time before you retired. How will you compare education system this day?
Teachers were more serious. Children were equally serious.
Okay, you say there was no corruption in education. Yes. You want to say the downfall of education in this country
is corruption.
Daddy, can you give us instances of why you said so? Because over time, I know when you were in active service, there were some certain things that is unheard of during your time in service, but today it's like a normal thing. So can you just differentiate, tell us some of those differences, some of the things that you will never observe when in your time that is happening today in education sector?
Nowadays, education, you see teachers helping scholars in the exam, which was not at all available at the olden time. The population of the students are less, and there was more seriousness on teachers teaching these children. Nowadays, classes are filled with children. This time of telephone in examination, I was located to Zambezi house, and I was alone last week. I had no friend than my books. The Yoruba children crack joke with me. Iwe means book. Ajenye wizard. So I was declared an enemy, and I met Bruce, my friend. I was leading in literature. There was one Mrs. Stanley who teaches literature. Her husband was in London. Because of my cleverness, she bought suits for me. So, at last, the second year, I got many friends from the university. After doing class work and the test, I appeared in the first position. Other Yoruba students would come to me to ask for assistance. So all the way, at last, I become friendly to many. That's all.
Okay, we'll still come back to education because it's obvious you are versatile with that. You have been in the system all your life. Let's go a little bit to the cultural aspect. You are a chief of Owa Kingdom. What does your title entitle? Is it a traditional, is it a hereditary title?
Yes,
or?
It's a hereditary title. Hereditary, Ihaza, meaning the treasurer of the palace.
Okay, treasurer of the palace.
Yes.
Okay. So, traditionally, how would you say we have fared when it comes to preserving our culture as a community? Using Ika now as a case study, how have we fared in preserving our culture?
Really, I got my experience from the father of the present Obi of Dr. Ehiobu II, JP. a true experience because he was friendly with my father. When going, there was no touch. I carried this land. When we get to somewhere, he said, Ehiobu, can't you go with your son? Fine, honest. So, in my youthful age, I was already involved in the culture of the palace. When this one becomes the Ehiobu, many things were ratified. I can say the Obi are doing well to lead. But politics has spoiled the culture. I won't condemn any Obi or any nuisance that's happened in the society, because I was appointed by the President Obi as the head of judicial department in the palace, a post I hold for 8 years. As a result, the Obi gave me certificate. He gave me another certificate for efficiency. He gave me another 3 certificates before I become so old and I asked for retirement. Besides being a teacher, I was a judge. The teachers teach stubborn children. Stubborn children grow to become wicked people, notorious people. So the downfall of culture may not be the cause of the Obis, but the cause of the society. Society means teachers, parents, and students.
So, sir, how do you suggest we keep our identity? What ways do you think we can preserve this our culture, retrace our footsteps, and retain our identity as a people? You know, the culture of a people is our way of life, and that is our identity. So, how do you think? What possible steps should be taken for us to go back to our roots and then find out ways to preserve it?
Really, one being have different character. Human beings have different characters. A child goes to school stubbornly, will equally produce a stubborn career in the family. Look at the government. Our commissioners, our ministers, full of corruption. If the leaders are changed to be good citizens, look at the money that's unfold. The children will be good.
Okay, sir. Aside from government influence in trying to preserve our culture, but I don't think government is entirely responsible for preservation of culture. Now we have you as a traditional chief and hereditary chief. You have played your role. That was why they appointed you, and you were head of the judiciary for the palace for 8 years. And then at the time, due to old age, they now said so that you will rest. They don't want to stress you, which means you have played your part. So other persons in the traditional circle, are they playing their role in preserving the culture? Because somebody like the DeltaState governor now is not from any of the kingdoms in Ika. He understands his own culture. He will not have any contribution in people from Ika preserving their culture. So what do we as indigenes of this place, how do we preserve, what role should we play to preserve our own our identity?
First, the parents will be good for the children to imitate. The rulers will be good to be imitated. There will be penalty sometimes against evildoers. Righteousness is the key of life.
So let's look at Christianity. We are celebrating 100 years now, and when you look at 100 years, you know that was actually before the independence, and I'm trying to, okay, that should be 1924 thereabout. Yeah. How do you see the influence of colonialism in the country? Because you were the kind of like first group of people that met with these colonial masters. I want to use that because you, at least you must have known people who have met them and all that. So what is the influence of colonialism in terms of how did it affect Africa? Does it have a positive or negative impact?
Really, there are some influence, unworthy influence presented by the colonial officers. As a result, the student imitates, and they were autocratic. Which is normal.
Don't you think the attitude of the colonial masters is what the current crop of politicians, that the politicians now took over from them? That is why our political leaders are behaving the way they behave. Because the colonial masters ruled with impunity. And so probably that is why our political leaders are behaving that way, same way. What do you think about that? What's your opinion?
It's right.
Okay, sir. So let's go to Christianity. What do you think is the influence of Christianity in our present generation? Like when the Europeans came, they brought Christianity. Do you think Christianity coming into Africa is it a good thing or a bad one?
It's a good thing.
All right. Why did you say so?
There was human sacrifice before the colonial. That was stopped. Marriages, there is restriction of marriage. A Christian, good Christian, marries one wife. Economically, it is good to marry. I forgot that.
The killing of twins also.
Killing. From the influence of Europeans, many culture has been changed. And it's not so. Some good culture have been changed. Some good culture have been changed. Some bad one have added. So I will say Christianity is more
on the positive side.
more acceptable.
Okay. You are celebrating 100 years come October 4, 2024. Can you tell us the secret to your long life? Why you've been able to, and you're still strong? Because when I came in, I was thinking you were 80 something. I was shocked when I was told they're 100. So tell us the secrets to how you're able to live up to this time, still strong and healthy.
As I told you earlier that I was almost imbecile. What kept me alive is belief in God. In fairness to any person. Being good to all people. Believing in God and not human being. At last, the father who hated me loved me more. That's the picture. There was a day, two of them, my mother and my father, fought in my prison. As women are, my mother cried. The immediate junior sister to my father came. The younger sister came. Another woman came. I left the food I'm eating. I took cutlass. I said, if any one of you was invited by me, let you stay. If I didn't invite you, away. They saw my eyes and not left. I asked my father and my mother to stay. I found my father 4, 3 guilty. My mother 2. I told them that if I see them fight anymore, my cutlass is sharp. In the night, by 1 o'clock, my father got me. I thought he was going to cut me. He asked me to sit down. He told me that as an elder, I'll be the elders meeting, pacifying cases, and making people good. That as a young boy, so intelligent, that how I settle the case is how you could settle the case. As a result, he spit on my head and begin to love me more than every child. If my father changed, and every other person in the family changed, there is truthfulness, there's no cheating. Why so? I hope to die. My youngest sister is gone. The younger brother is gone. The youngest, who had just died in the month. It is God that keep me. I don't know. I don't go to the church. Be fair. Be truthful.
Okay. What is your message to the people of Ika?
And my message,
Your advice as a father now. I'm not sure in the whole of Ika we have people who are up to that. If they have, I'm not sure it's up to three that I've heard of. So you are a father to all. What is your message to your children?
every person in a car should be respectful to the senior and receive good advice from the senior. Believe in God. Tell the truth. Imitate the good elders. That's all.
Okay, I wanted to also speak to the government because in your time, I know you have seen the colonial rule. You have also experienced Nigerians ruling ourselves. So, what is your word of advice to our political leaders?
Our political leaders should learn to be faithful. They will rule well. Stop corruption. Be honest. That's all.
We have our traditional rulers also. What message do you have for them? Talking about the kings, the various kings in Ika land.
The obese in the canvas. So I'm trying to be good, but there are some excellent ones, especially my obi. They are imitating the obi of Agbor. It's also good. The obi of Mbiri is also good. Obi Goro, the father, was good friend. The son is equal. Many of them are good, and we expect them to continue to be good in order to change the society.
So, let us tell us a little about the relationship with the previous Obi of Owa, that is the father of the current Obi. You started with him. So tell us some certain things, the kind of person that he was, how both of you related, your relationship, and what you were able to achieve together when he was alive.
He was friendly with my father. Sometimes in the evening, he would come to my father's house. And of course, he did come to take wine and wine. My father will call on me to come and serve it. When they discuss, I learn from experience. It was excellent. Very fast. He was accused of evil innocently. He had a case which I witnessed because my grandfather was also attending court. When he had given his evidence, was acquitted. And before he acquitted, I won't call him a magician, but he had a spiritual power. He commanded peace. Peace assembled, and despite the judges Many accusation was given to him, which at last was set free. He wasn't learned as the son, and I could say he was the best out of the Obis then. Two of them.